Good morning, YouTube. Right now I'm putting some supporting screws into the top so the top planks don't move around on us while we have these drills. We have to return them tomorrow, so I gotta use them while we have them. So we have two options today. We can either invest some money into getting stain for this table and stay home and sand it and stain it, because my wife has some appointments later today for her photography business. Or within the next 20 minutes we can leave here and go towards some caves that are in the southernmost part of the province that we live in Japan. So it's a toss-up between those two. And we have to figure out all this while I'm being attacked by would-bees here. You might hear all that ruckus in the background. Today the Japanese should be going back to work after the American holiday weekend here, and they're working on repaving the roads around us. So the roads will be paved maybe by the end of today, and they'll work on repainting them, but that's what the Japanese are working on. Alright, we decided to take the day off from traveling today and pay closer attention to our back patio furniture that we've acquired. But today I've sanded a little bit more of the old stain off the table, and we're going to go to the local Homax store or one of the other hardware stores and look at some stain that we can use to make this thing look a little bit more rustic on how we want the table to look. Since they don't have a thing like Craigslist overseas, we use one of the for sale pages for the base, and we caught a snag on one of the listings on there for a Fitbit, so we're about to purchase it. Looks like they've paved the road today, like I said. So on base in northern Japan, there's only two grades of gas that you can get on base. First one's diesel, second one is regular. If you have a performance car or anything that takes anything higher than regular octane, then you have to go off base. And on base is the only place that's cheap, because off base you have to get charged by the liter, and there's like 4 point something liters to 1 US gallon, so it adds up. So we're headed to the front of this home place called Home Center Sunday, looking for some flowers from my wife's flower pot and maybe a centerpiece for our newly found picnic table. And they're usually like 50 cents to $1 per like thing of flowers, so they're not expensive at all. So a lot of places in Japan, they haven't gone up in the world as far as accepting card payments, so we always have to ask if they take debit or credit cards, and this place said it was okay, so we're all in the green. You okay? So what do you think, YouTubers? What exactly does this translate into? Who knows? Because I don't know Japanese or how to read it.
So I really love marigolds. They're beautiful, and they use them a lot of the time in ceremonial purposes in India and Bali and places like that. So I think they'd be a really beautiful addition to our garden.
There's one thing that I wanted to do to the 3 bracket setup that I have coming, and it's putting a code shoe mount on a mobile charging pack and putting it into the mount, because I noticed that within maybe 5 minutes worth of shooting something, my phone goes down like 25%. It's probably the norm for someone vlogging on their phone, but it feels like my phone doesn't last long anymore. The thing probably everyone remembers the most about springtime in Japan is cherry blossoms from the cherry trees here, but they have some right here. So they sell these at the Daisos here, but they're little fluffy cakes from, I think Hokkaido makes them normally, but if you see the little ridges in it, they just pull apart, so it makes things really fluffy and delicious when you eat them. So this is Sandwado. You can tell from the little blue puppy on the screen up there on the sign. So since we got flowers, we gotta get some soil. And this place normally sells it for a couple dollars for a huge bag. So at Sandwado, it's pretty much a grocery store. It's attached to most of them. You can get anything here. Toilet paper, even grab snacks, meat. But what we come here for is the bulk frozen items. And we're here to get some naan for our Indian meal tonight. We're having chicken tikka masala. So we're out of luck and we can't find the naan. So we're either gonna try and find it at the commissary on base, or they don't have it at the commissary on base, in which case we're gonna have chicken burgers tonight with corn that my wife put in the buggy just now. Our dinner plans went from Indian to chicken burgers, and we wound up spending so much time in the store on base that we said forget it, and we're just gonna have hot dogs tonight. Not just your average hot dogs, but very gourmet, elegantly made hot dogs. One of the biggest complaints I have about living overseas is that you can't get anything when you want it. So the one store we have on base is the BX, and the other places that we have to get things are off base, and if they don't have it, then we have to order things from Amazon or from the other stores. So we can't really get clothing, except for this one strange Japanese store that rarely has our size, but it's pretty limited over here. But it comes at a sacrifice from all the beautiful scenery that we have. Made it home with some groceries. About to make some hot dogs because we are hungry. So the number one thing about living in Japan is I don't have to pay rent or utilities. So I don't have to worry about meeting someone at their office and paying them over $1,000 for staying in someone's place. My wife can take as long showers as she wants and still have all the hot water that she could possibly need. A few things about me, since I haven't had a lot of time to give you specifics on anything personal about me. I've been moved around a lot because my parents were in the Navy together. My mom got out when she had me, so I have two brothers. I pretty much grew up in Georgia, and we moved to Washington State, and that's where I spent most of my younger adult life. And that state is absolutely beautiful. If you haven't been there, you need to make plans to travel there, and if you're there, then you need to stay there. After that, my parents got a divorce, so my then mom's fiance, future stepdad, moved us down to Tennessee. From there, I met my wife in high school. I went through working at a grocery store, working at Taco Bell, went to a college in the state for computer science and found out that I bit too much off at once. So I joined the Air Force, left out of Nashville, and during tech school I married my wife. We moved to South Carolina, and then we came here. Our hopes after this place is that we go to Germany. Being overseas really shelters you from all the difficulties and all the bad things that the media tries to feed you through the television set. Being overseas will make our lives a whole lot more easier until we have to go back to the States, but hopefully that's not for a while, and we get our fill for traveling while we're in Germany. I don't know, the things that I tell you on this channel, there's probably the limit on the things that I tell you. I won't tell you what I do in the military. I won't tell you anything more specific than where I'm at, because I think that stuff's pretty personal and negates the safety of my family and the people that are around me. Now that dinner is over, we're gonna relax on the couch and watch a couple episodes of The Outlanders. It's a new series that we just got into, and then plan for our trip and start packing. All the while that I'm gonna be editing this series of videos from today. Wish me luck.